Okay, so this was where you were. You were still, you were about to leave Ricard Cordell and his lovely wife, Elethel Cordell. And prepare yourselves for tomorrow night's visitation with the Vizier, which he was going to arrange for you. So, is there anything you guys particularly feel that you need to do or want to do in preparation for this auspicious occasion?
I'm going to shine my armor. Is there a place to do that? I'll make sure it's nice and shiny.
You certainly can do that. I mean, did you guys get rooms at that expensive-ass tavern? You did, right?
Yes.
So you've got a room to stay.
Right.
I'm sure that they would afford you a nice rag and a little spit and polish so that you can polish your armor. Wouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
If you wish to spend an evening doing that, you can.
I'm gonna need to get my hair did too. So
we need a fresh blowout.
yeah, we need a fresh blow. We need to go to a dry bar.
Get some
Our
Parmage.
nails. I mean, my cuticles are they're real grown out. I need to make sure everything's looking
Okay.
nice and tight.
Your volume's just a little bit lower than everybody else, Crispy.
Me?
Yeah, if I can get you to bring up just you're about here. I need you about here, okay? You're about here.
Same thing on the
Move to here.
podcast too.
Move to
Can we
here.
all gather up for a second? I just want to just game plan real quick.
You want to do this here at his house, or you want to do this at the tavern?
No, tavern.
Okay.
You're right.
Yeah. Okay.
Just checking.
Forgot where we were.
Yeah. Right in front of him.
Game plan. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they had the entire
Am I coming in
conversation.
good?
He's like, "Oh, really?
Nah,
Okay."
yeah, never mind. Late.
All right.
Late.
Let's see. You were at the Staggering Stag.
Oh, the slaggering slag or
Swaggering
slag.
flag.
Claggering smag.
Sluggering slug.
The Slithering Slatherer.
Yes.
Yeah.
All those work. The many names.
For helping.
Game plan, Lyra. What do we need to? What do we need to do?
All right. Most important part of this. Let's not mention the wall. You know, it has some bad memories for many, especially the Vizier.
Oh, here you are.
You don't want to bring it up.
Okay, so no war.
All right. So no
That's
wars.
it.
That's
No
fine.
war talk.
We're ready.
Got
I
it.
think.
Oh, that's your whole game plan?
Wait,
Our
is there
game
more?
plan.
Don't we have to know how to like greet
Oh.
them and?
Oh, I don't know.
curtsy and-
Blasticus can do that.
What? What makes you think I know how to, be all formal and,
Because you're a
I mean-
book guy.
A book guy.
And everybody knows book guys
Okay.
know how to be
Right.
formal.
Right. Book
I
guy.
don't.
Yes,
Lyra,
okay.
I hope you.
See, I'm a book guy. See.
Lyra, I hope you don't think that I read how to charm the royalty books. I read books about places and.
Well, I would hope so, because I wrote
so
that book.
Romance is
You're not into like self-help kind of books. You don't like to meeting royalty for dummies or something like that.
No, that's not what I do. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out how I could enter the palace while still wearing this, and I'm gonna point to my patchy robe.
and
That
you're
does
We
very-
gotta
not
get you
look-
jazzed up. We gotta get you a new cloak or something.
Oh, yes.
Something with gold embroidered on it. or
We're
something.
going shopping.
shopping.
But I don't.
Shopping
I,
episode.
Yay!
I don't want to not wear this. Is the thing. It's useful.
Okay, can you put something over it to maybe hide the hideousness of it?
Right. What if we get you like a real cool shawl or something?
Yeah.
But what if they want me to take off the shawl to meet the king? Like, no.
Oh, they won't.
How do you know? You just were looking at me for.
Because I once wore a cloak to meet the king, and I didn't have to take mine off.
Which king?
Well, that's a rule to go by right
There
there.
you go. See?
See, unless they changed any security measures, it should be fine.
No, it's fine.
Oh, you really
Maybe
got
we
a
get
problem
you-
with that? For
Maybe
real?
we get you like a little hat or something, Lasticus.
With a feather. With a feather.
Take the attention away from the robe. If we dress up here a little bit more, then they won't focus so much on,
Right. Or like a
The
big
grotesque-
brooch or
I'll go
something.
ahead and enlarge
Yeah,
the token
big
so
bow.
chat can see
Both
a
of
bit
them.
more what you're
Tall
talking
hats,
about.
large brooch.
Real tall,
Yeah.
loud hat. Right.
Yeah.
Real loud.
Very loud.
Big
Maybe some
brooch.
jewelry,
Yes.
something
Gaudy
dangling.
jewelry. Oh, we can help
Something
me with that,
dangling.
hon.
That's always good to kind of elongate the neck. You gotta
Mhm.
kind of elasticus. You want to look really elegant by like elongating your
There you go.
neck.
That's
Right.
what Elasticus
Out
looks
like
like
that.
with his patchwork
Maybe-
robe and
Th-
his
th-
woolen hat.
This thing right here.
What about like
Mhm,
two little dangly, I don't know, symbols of Sonray or something, or Pilor or
Oh,
something like that,
yeah,
right?
you
Like
know,
Pilor
that would-
Pilor.
Yeah, that would look real good.
Oh,
It
pickle
would.
juice, pickle juice.
I was just suggesting. I always
Your
said one.
complexion.
Well, hold on. One thing makes you say that. One.
You said
that's
the
not-
P
We
word
really
and
need
he's
to
off.
use this.
No.
Wait,
There's
You
you
gotta
have
be
to
some
say
rules.
that
to,
for
Elasticus.
dire situations.
Right.
You can't just be
I don't
saying
wanna
it all
be-
willy-nilly.
I don't want to be bedazzled in Pelorian symbology. Okay, that's not who I
I
am.
mean, you
just
just
be
want to look
one-
the part. It's just with
But
your
look what
eyes,
part-
with your
I am-
complexion.
But
it
I
just-
am me part. That's the point.
Right, and that's the
I am
problem.
part.
See,
right. You even admitted it.
that's what we're saying. Is you are the part. We need to make you not so much the part.
Yeah.
We need to make
Just
you
drift
part
up a
of.
little
We need
bit.
to make you part of the sum. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The sum
So-
part of the sum of the whole.
Exactly. See, she gets it.
So is Lyra gonna be like dressed like me and like you?
No,
too?
just like me.
But do we some of the part?
I will fancy this up when we go
Right.
shopping, of
We're about to
course.
get gussy.
Being
Yeah.
silly.
But why don't you wear the Pelorian stuff with me, Lyra?
Oh no,
Ooh,
I'll.
that's
I'm
an
gonna
idea.
wear,
I like
much,
that idea. I
much
mean,
more
if
feminine
you have a
clothing.
What do you mean? Clink,
This is-
clink,
I'm
clink.
gonna wear a dress,
Feminine.
a nice dress with that really, shows off the bosom really well. That's what they like over there.
Okay, well,
All
people
right.
would not appreciate
No.
so much bosom.
No.
Being
It's natural,
exposed.
so
I'm sure. Yeah.
Well, for your
But
husband on your
modesty is
wedding
also
day,
natural.
absolutely.
So you could maybe just keep that under wraps. You are married after all. So
married.
That is, aren't you?
Oh,
Aren't you?
I'm.
yeah, you
no.
didn't file any paperwork.
That was
did
just
you?
my. No, that was just we were just together, living
I thought-
together.
How did
Oh,
you
so you were
become-
Yes.
together
Sin.
living in sin.
Oh, that's even worse.
I see. Okay,
Oh,
okay.
my Lord.
Girl, I'm
Hey,
gonna look
listen,
over
wait.
at Fenrir.
He called
got
me
a
his
lot.
queen, but
we got a
I
lot
never
to do
signed
with
any
here.
paperwork.
We got
All
to
I'm
work in-
saying.
In the same bed? In the same bed?
Don't say it.
Not the same marital bed.
You seem you
please tell me you had two
stormed
doubles.
my pyramid. You saw my bedroom. Did it look like any kind of, dark lord slept in there?
Well, did
You just
come
saw
in
plans,
every
didn't you?
once- Or did you have it locked so he couldn't come in?
Of course, I had it locked.
I guess that's fine, but I'm just saying this is
But
not
he
looking
had the key.
good. Oh,
Oh, I bet he did.
Yeah, and
bet
the
he
worst thing was the
did.
hickeys.
I'm gonna get a nosebleed. I can't believe she's talking like this. Oh God.
Yeah.
Can't believe it.
Oh my God. I'm gonna have to do so many more Pelors. Oh my God. We gotta pray. We gotta pray for her. We
All
gotta
right,
pray.
we will. We'll keep you. We do already. Like at
Well,
least like
I mean,
6 or 7
extra.
times a day.
You're gonna need
Okay, we'll
extra
bump it up
now.
to an even 8. We'll bump it up to
Okay.
an even 8.
Okay.
How about we get going? We get our shop on, right? We get our
Mm-hmm.
glow up on, literally, because P-Lord, praise him.
well.
That's what I think we should do, right? Is there anything else stopping us from doing such?
Well, when we talked to the vizier, Elasticus, who will be taking the lead.
Okay.
You've
sure.
never talked to a king before. Now, let's just role play this out real quick. How would you, if I was the vizier, how would you speak to me? I just want to make sure you got the hang of this before we just go in the blind.
Good idea. Good idea.
Hello.
Oh, is that the vizier?
Is that how we say it?
Oh,
Yes, that's
okay,
exactly how he sounds.
Okay, just getting ready.
Okay.
Hello, mighty Vizier Tadros. I am Lasticus Swalwell. Nice to meet you.
Okay, first of all, that seemed very unconfident. There was no
Yeah,
confidence
I- you know
whatsoever
what?
in that.
I was gonna say that too. Yeah, there's a lot of hesitation in your voice.
Have you heard me speak this entire time we've been together?
Let's just get one sentence where you sound confident, and then you could just be yourself after that. So you establish your
Okay.
confidence.
All right,
and
all right.
Whatever.
Do it
Go
again.
ahead.
Do it again. Well, say hello.
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 Oh, that's the worst thing you could do.
You're supposed to introduce yourself.
Maybe, yeah, right. Maybe open your nose up a little. Is that a thing? Can we get like a breathe right strip to kind of pull it open to kind of give it a little more of a oomph? Right?
It makes me want to sneeze.
Well, don't do that.
No,
Right
please do
along-
not
Okay,
sneeze
okay,
in front
okay.
of him.
Hello, mighty Vizier
Oh,
of Tadros.
no. Oh, my God.
Oh boy, we got
Oh,
so
my
much work
God.
to do. Oh my lord.
Oh no, we're doomed. We're doomed.
Damn.
Azia, he said.
Little do we know that's what his brother called him
I
a cheater
legitimately fucked up
and a
there.
kid. All in his head. That's what he's gonna say. All
See,
in his
you could have
head.
played that off perfectly. Everyone would have thought you were being comedic.
Yeah, no,
No,
I'm a
you're
great
right.
role player, right? Yeah.
One more time. You got
All right.
this.
Hello, mighty Vizier Tadros. I am Lasticus Swalwell. It's a pleasure.
Perfect.
By Jove, I
Nice
think
to
he's
meet
got
you.
it.
That was really good. I'll do
I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm just gonna go.
All right.
Oh no, he's one of those nervous Nellies.
Got a nervous bladder.
Yeah, oh man.
I scurry up the stairs.
Okay.
I'm gone for a bit.
Well,
Now you two.
Well, we talked to one or two before.
Reminder, do not interrupt them, okay? You're really good at that.
And what? Talking? Bringing life
Interrupting them.
to the conversation?
They'll be right.
adding to the
He's gonna be
conversation.
right in the middle of a sentence, and you're just gonna be like, "Well," and I'm gonna be very upset at you if you do that.
We wouldn't do
Very
something.
upset.
What if he's struggling and he can't finish that? You know, when you have that last little sentence, you just kind of help him over the edge there, just a little suggestion.
No, just assume he's doing it on purpose. Okay.
What if he says Lazier again?
Now I'm letting the
Yeah.
three of you take charge here because I am a queen myself. I've spoken many times to kings and viziers.
So then why
I
don't
just
you
want
lead the
you-
way?
Oh, I would, but I want you three to have this opportunity because it's very special. You're going to talk about this the rest of your life. Trust me.
But we've talked to royalty before. We've done jobs for kings and queens alike.
Yeah, we can handle it. We don't need practice.
Okay, but Lasticus does.
Okay. But we'll trust me. We can hold our own
You'll
conversation.
be all right.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'll hold you to that. I'm going to take note if anything goes wrong.
Well, if we start struggling for whatever reason, you could just jump on in, right? Just get right to the front.
Well, I
center
won't
stage.
interrupt anybody. Not even you three. I won't do it.
That's
All right.
very
What
polite.
if we introduce you?
Oh yeah, like a grand entrance. Like,
Right.
oh, hello. We
I
are
do love grand entrances. I do. But no, we're probably going to be escorted, the four of us at once. So unless I accidentally, go to the bathroom and then I'm late,
Accidentally?
like, oops, I'm late. I may as well make an entrance since the three of you are in there. And,
Aren't we all going together? How are you going to be late?
like my shoe's untied.
Well, tie your shoe
All
before
right.
we
Well,
go in.
double knot them, huh?
Yeah, I'm looking at your shoes. You don't even have ties on them.
Be
I don't even know how that would happen.
Yeah, you got
Anyway,
belts.
I think we'll be
Buttons.
fine.
Go for it.
Could be. Okay, yeah.
Lasticus back yet?
He'll be all right. He'll find his
It'll
way
take
through
some
it.
while for his tummy to settle down. Wait to see him all jazzed up, though, I have to say.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I'll return after not too long.
Well, I hope so.
He never returns.
We ain't going anywhere.
I'm gone
You
forever.
probably am.
The beast got him.
Okay, tomorrow, you guys are gonna gussy me up. Is that the turn of phrase?
Yeah.
I'll put my patchy robe away. I have a safe place where I keep my alternate spell book. We can put it there.
All right.
And I'll just be a little less useful if anything bad happens. Although we'll be with one of the most powerful wizards in all of Arconis, so what could go wrong? You
I'm a
know,
ranger, not a wizard.
I'm talking about the Vizier.
Oh,
He's one of the most powerful wizards on Arconis, being
Right.
the Vizier to the king, right? I mean,
right.
who fought in the war, which we're not supposed to talk
We're
about.
trying to talk about. Don't
Okay.
forget.
No war talk. That was my only note, and then I stopped taking notes.
Stop listening.
There's nothing
At
else
that point.
important to remember.
All right, let's go shopping.
Okay.
Shopping!
Well, we are not going to spend the entire session shopping, role-playing
I'm
shopping.
upset.
Come on.
Been there, done that. Not the greatest entertainment for chat, although it can
But
be.
I need
guess,
20
with you
feet of
fools.
rope.
Well, we're gonna do a montage scene.
Let's do a montage!
Yeah, shopping montage. So let's see what we want to do here. Where's there's already in the full view, and I'll just stick you over the big old city. Okay. Yes, this is the capital city. It is huge, it is large, it is fanciful. Probably anything within reason that you want is available. You have an entire day to find it, to get directions to and from. So, let's go through, and we'll go in order and see, and I'll do the Pilorians together, because no doubt they're going to go in unison. So, what does Lasticus want to acquire for his visit?
So, I'm going to start I'll be as quick as possible, because shopping sucks. I'm going to start my day summoning my secret Leomund's chest, one of the things that I've never done on the show before, but I have access to. It's one of my spells I have. I have a little chest necklace, which I activate to summon a little chest around, which has my alternate spell book and some gems and stuff. Okay. And I'm going to take my patchy robe and put it in there, and then dismiss it as a free, just thing. So it's no longer
spell that you can pop on for check.
Yes, I would.
Very often, so it's an interesting spell.
Yeah, I have to recast it like every 30 or 60 days, so it doesn't, I don't lose my chest forever. Yep. But otherwise, I don't usually have it active. But that is what it is.
Yeah. And the chest contains up to 12 cubic feet of non-living material, 3 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot. So there you go. Pretty cool. But yeah, after 60 days, every day there's a percentage chance that the chest is lost to the ether, as with anything in it. So,
but I recast the spell so I don't go over the 60 days.
You get 2 months. At some point in 2 months, there's a time when you can recast it, and one evening at a tavern.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go downstairs and really follow the Pelorians to be like primed and preened, basically, whatever the terminology is. Manicure, pedicure, hair done. Buy fancy clothes. I have some gold for that. Whatever they want, I'll fucking go through the motions with it. Awkward as it is.
So you want to buy so when you say fancy clothes, you want
fine
shirt,
clothes,
pants, fine clothes, get your hair done, and gussy up. Okay. Then knock off about 20 gold pieces to cover all of that.
All right.
And you can record it as a suit of fine tailored clothing then on your inventory. From some of the finest tailors in Arconis. If you want it, if you want to buy something custom fit, it'll be about that, and they'll work hard to have it ready for you by tomorrow night. Or you can buy off the rack, in which case it'll be a lot less, but it won't fit as well. Your choice.
No, I'll get the tailored. I'll be tailored.
All right. What about Lyra, the legendary ranger? What does she wish to purchase for today? And why are? I just realized that the tavern is really loud tonight. They're playing the shit out of that music.
Oh, it wasn't too loud for us.
Oh, the other end of town, even.
Oh, really? Oh, I could barely hear it.
Yep. So let me go back to some more appropriate town noises. Yeah, okay, carry on.
First of all, I pretty much take all my weapons and stuff and I put it in my quiver of Alona to hide everything there.
Okay.
So I don't have any weapons on me except in there. And I'm buying like a noble woman's dress, like crushed green, velvety, and beautiful. And I'll wear that.
All right. About 25 gold crowns for that then.
Okay.
For the finest silk money can buy. And what about Fenifer and Fiphony? What do you ladies want to do? And I know we're polishing up the old armor and stuff like that, but do you want to wear that armor, or you want to change into more fine regaled clothing? Your choice.
Yeah, I think I'd ditch it. I guess I'd ask. Hey, is it okay if we go in armor? Or should we go in something a little more fancy, like? 'Cause I don't want to offend anyone.
I might think you're some kind of guard if you wear your armor, so maybe just dress down. They might think you're think something might happen there.
Okay.
You don't want to look like they're gonna fight.
Right. No problem. Okay. So I'm gonna go with something yellow and gold, and I mean bright yellow,
Okay.
with gold inlays and accents all over it. Think of like a literal, a sundress.
Yeah, there you
No.
go.
Pun absolutely intended. And
Okay.
I have my hair all blown out, permed out, and I have a yellow visor like out here, so I just look like a Bible Belt rootin' tootin' lady.
I so wish we'd have gotten to this at the end of last episode, so I could have actually made tokens for this
Oh,
shit. 'Cause
yes,
it would have been
yes,
so
yes.
much fun. But anyway.
Yeah,
Okay.
and again, the visor is just as pure gold, just sparkling gold. It's the statement piece of my whole outfit.
Okay, so you want it to be made of actual gold?
Well, I just
Or
no. I mean,
you want the
you
color
know,
gold?
yes,
All right.
yes.
Yeah. Again, probably 25 gold crowns for that. And what?
Okay.
And how is Fenifer going to compliment you on this evening?
So I will obviously do the gold as well.
In
And
the exact same dress, and then y'all can bitch at each
No,
other
I'm
the entire
going
time.
with, you know those the red and purple ladies?
The red hats.
Okay, I submitted a image for you in chat to view. I can't post a link in How Reroll chat, but that's about what I'm working with. That's the hats. I don't know, Gordon.
I can. Oh, there it is.
Okay,
Jane got it.
perfect. Thank
Oh
you.
no!
That beaded dress.
Wow, they had
just-
met kings and queens before.
Yeah, there you go. That's,
Feathers,
that is
butterflies,
special.
but it's
Oh my god.
just loud and
That's so funny.
beautiful.
Okay, perfect.
That's what I'm working with.
And about the same, 25 gold crowns for that.
Okay, you got it.
So yeah, you have gotten the finest, most delicatest silk dresses that a girl could buy, gussied up to the nines. Teams of tailors working on it around the clock to have it ready for you by tomorrow evening. So there you go. You go, girls. Okay, Shaggy, you should have got a dress too. Anyway,
Yeah.
so they're going to be.
We tried to tell him.
You spend half the day being measured, poked, prodded, pin stuck, all that kind of stuff, getting ready. And they tell you to come back late tomorrow afternoon for your final fitting, and then they'll have everything hopefully ready. So you're done by late afternoon, pretty much. Is there anything you guys want to do for that afternoon, or you just going to go rest up? And
Yeah, I mean, probably just getting right. I mean, when you're going to a nice party like that, you gotta
thank
really.
you for the sub, 35 months. We much appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
Alex.
You gotta get in the right mindset for a big party like that. You don't just go. You gotta really mentally prepare.
I need a goose knot.
The
for
tailors
this.
can recommend they can have somebody come to your rooms to do your hair and your nails and all that sort of stuff
Perfect.
tomorrow
Yeah.
evening prior to. Obviously, don't want to get it done now because you don't
Lavish.
sleep on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be part of what you've already paid, or part of the service.
Perfect.
So yeah, okay. Well, in that case, then fast forward to tomorrow afternoon. You go and collect your fine clothes, head back to your rooms, get yourselves all dressed up, gussied up, and ready to attend your.
I'm gonna emerge from the inn to see everybody, and you're gonna see this fucking Pelorian pin on the breast of my with my
Stole it.
clothes.
Stole it.
What is that?
You. Oh,
Did they make you?
What a vision!
I could cry. Oh, it's so
Absolute
beautiful.
I
vision.
mean, it looks nice.
I just. I mean, we're gonna do this. Let's do it all. I mean, are you wearing a peacock hat? What's
Hey,
going
anonymous
on?
gifter
Oh,
just
yeah.
gifted Zamora 70
Hey.
a sub.
Hey,
So
thank you.
Action. Well
Thank you.
deserved, Zamora.
I mean, is that a peacock?
It's several birds, yes. One of them being a peacock. Absolutely.
Several birds.
So are we gonna enter with like one of you on my right arm, one of them on my left, or
Whoa.
Oh my.
Oh well,
Plasticus.
if you want to be so bold as to do such a thing, I mean,
Dress him up a little bit and look at how he turns.
he gets a little taste of Pelor on him, and he wants to walk hand in hand with us down the
know.
aisle.
Listen, it wouldn't be
good.
fair because
I
one
like
person
it.
would be left out.
Well, you could join arms too.
We're not gonna
We're
waltz in
off
there
to
like
see the
Wizard
wizard.
of Oz. It's not happening.
What if we do like a conga line and we
But-
kind of just like
Right, conga line is good.
but Lyra, I am a wizard. I mean, so it would be like with that Oz. I mean, whoever that wizard is, I never.
I think we should just walk normally No hand holding.
It would help my
You
confidence.
can't tell me
The lock-
whose hand I can hold. I can hold.
It's just
anybody's
gonna look real weird. Full people walking in there, all linking arms.
So then why don't we go 2 by 2?
hand. I think it seems pretty nice.
Why don't we go 2 by 2 then?
Wearing
Yeah,
unified front.
can we go 2 by 2? I can't with that hat. It'll be tickling my exposed
Yes.
neck. So
It's
It's
intimidating.
too tall.
I know.
You're in the back.
Me.
well,
Too tall. Yes. If we're
But
gonna
I-
do 2 by 2, you're in the back,
why
Fennifer.
not Fiffany and me, and then you and then Fennifer?
Okay,
All right,
that's
Lyra.
fine.
Ooh.
I'm saying it'd be so much more normal the other way, but I guess we'll do this.
Remember,
I'm fine.
you are
know.
spoken for.
I know. And but we know who too. But I'm just saying it's just nice to walk under the strap in young man's arm.
He has gotten considerably more attractive. I have to say. I
Absolutely.
don't know what it is about it. I don't know what it is.
Can't quite place
Maybe
it.
it's just the way he carries himself now. But man, he just.
He's
what is
radiating.
he?
Can I say he's radiating?
He does. He has this energy.
He's got
I
inner
once met
glow.
Mr.
I
Arconis.
feel more energy than I'm really.
Mr. Arconis, you know the big competition that goes around?
There's a competition.
Oh, the muscle man, Mr.
Yes.
Arconis. Absolutely.
I once had a
Ooh.
splendid evening with him.
Oh, well, as we know, that is a sin. So backfire, we actually
Yeah.
don't like that. you
Not
did that.
impressed
So,
by
not
that at all.
impressed.
Assumed that I went there.
You know what would have been
Wow.
more? You know what would have been more impressive if you would have had the sort of inner strength to say no, thank you, Mr. Muscle Man. No, thank you.
Let's
All
pray
I'm saying is I
instead.
think Lasticus should maybe apply to be Mr. Arconis next year.
Was this when you had your boyfriend? By the way, were you stepping out? So not only were you,
Does it look
were
like
you,
I was able to go to Arconis while I was trapped in a pyramid?
I don't know what you can
across
do
the sea?
because he has the key.
In
So I don't know
Eurasia?
if you also could unlock yourself if you know what I mean.
Oh my goodness.
Lyra,
I know. Oof.
Oh,
I'll just say this.
very thought.
Before we rescued you, we did see that circular thing a floor below, which I deduced had something to do with teleportation.
I never saw that.
It was like right by the stairs. I mean, it wasn't
Oh,
active.
that thing.
I mean, but you know, it was.
yeah.
I
could-
wasn't allowed to touch that. I tried once and it didn't go well.
Oh,
It didn't work for me anyway.
huh.
Anyway, now that you know my story about Mr. Arconis, let's do it.
What a riveting story it was.
Like
I'll tell it
jealous.
later.
Yeah,
Once had a
me.
splendid evening with him. The end. Love it. Okay.
Little hoe.
You've been told the time. You've been given a small writ to get you past the guards, and so yeah, let's do that thing.
Okay.
Okay, let me see here. What's more appropriate? Yeah, we'll just go for this. Okay, all right. You approach the drawbridge to the castle. I say drawbridge, it's really more of a decorative pillared entryway over a polished wooden arch. The castle itself is surrounded by tall, thick walls with numerous guard towers, and you can see very well-dressed knights in plate are all over the place. The one big thing that's kind of in common is all of the royal guards, anybody that works inside the palace, has a huge, big, flowing red cape on that has a black silhouette of a stag, which everybody knows is the... also, it's on their shields as well. That is the emblem for the King of Arconis, Marcus Iridian III. So, once you arrive, you're able to show the writ. They escort you in. But instead of taking you to the palace, as might be expected, they actually escort you round the back to where there is a tall tower situated. The guard that, or the, I say guard, but technically they're virtually knights who takes you around the back, says, this tower belongs to the Vizier, Tadros Larashen. He said that he would entertain you within. If you're ready, I'll make introduction. Okay. He strolls up and very properly, boom, 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 knocks on the door and waits for a moment. And then you hear kind of an echoing voice that seems to like radiate through the door itself. Says, "Enter." At which point the door opens all by itself and he steps aside and with a courteous
Two by
usher
two.
offers you the passageway to enter into the chamber.
Come on, honey, let's go.
Alrighty.
Mighty impressive, huh? A little scared now, I'll be
Wizards and
honest.
shit.
Don't be
Got
scared.
this,
Remember,
Lasticus.
remember your training.
Well, no, I know. It's just
It's
never
not a good start.
thought of having a tower like could do this, you know.
Okay.
Full stop.
Now, of course, you're all wearing your fine clothing, so I know the icons don't reflect that, but you are.
Have you taken my arm yet, Shagget?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say, P Lord, please bless this lost soul with the strength he needs to get through this. And I'm gonna cast guidance on him.
Nice. Nice.
Okay.
No, it's illegal to cast a spell on another
Well,
person.
that's why I did it very
Only
quietly.
If it's unwilling. Only if it's
Only
unwilling.
unwilling.
Yeah, I totally will that.
Well, you're gonna feel the warmth like flow kind of into you about it and bolster you a bit.
Okay.
So if you want to stop it, you can say something, but I'm gonna kind of give you that
No.
look like.
The spell works, but something very surprising happens when you cast the spell.
Ooh.
You suddenly, like, irradiate, like a glowing
Oh, no.
field of energy
Oh, my
around
God.
your whole body, like a fucking
Oh my
beacon.
God.
That just says, "This motherfucker just cast a spell."
Oh shit!
And immediately you see that the vizier at the other end of the room kind of steps back and raises a hand. Just
Oh god!
doesn't do anything, just there's a moment of hesitation. And then when he realizes what just happened, and slowly the glowing fades and he says, "I do apologize. It is a defensive spell that I have in place here in the palace and in my own tower. Should anybody cast a spell, of course, in the king's presence, it is in our best interest to be very aware. I, of course, created this magic, and I have afforded it here into my own tower as well. I caution you from casting any further spells if you see of such alarm.
Absolutely. I apologize. My friend here, he had a real bad deviled egg before we got here, so he's got a little bit of the bubble tummy. So I was just sort of casting like a Tums, like an antacid sort of thing, just to calm him down. I do apologize. I did not know that would happen, or would have warned you
It's
first.
fine. As I say, it's more of a just to be cautioned that this is a thing that you can experience if you cast anywhere inside the palace or the castle grounds.
Absolutely, good to know. Just trying to calm his nerves and his little bubble guts a little bit.
I'm gonna approach, kind of gripping Tiffany's arm a little bit tighter, saying, "You're supposed to be boosting my confidence, not making it all about my bad stomach and eggs."
When the time comes, you will be boosted. I promise you that.
Well, I'm boosted right into the bathroom. Thank you very much.
You'll be fine. You'll be
Nervous.
fine. Well, if that's the first ability check you need to roll, well, you're going to do good on that too, I guess.
Okay.
Please make him roll.
Hopefully,
that.
everyone's walking with me as this is happening, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't. Oh, there's mine. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't know you were
Yeah,
moving up.
we're here.
Okay, all right. So he ushers to a doorway to his left, and bids you enter through an archway to another chamber. This would be a more comfortable place for us to have our discussion. Please go inside and make yourself comfortable.
Thank you.
All right.
Gonna enter.
I'll
Okay.
take the chair here.
Alrighty, yep.
I'll see.
No.
Nice.
Go to the same
Little chairs.
My germs.
I like the
Oh, look,
age. I like the
Elasticus is
age.
butting in on Fennifer's little friendship, or little partnership.
Okay.
Sitting next to them.
All right, seeing that you've all sat there, he comes and takes a seat directly opposite you, somewhat informally. He just kind of like plops himself down and has a good hard stare at you all for a few seconds and says, are you familiar with the laws of Arconis in regards to the casting of magic? I only ask because I would want to make sure you don't find yourself in proverbial hot water.
Yes, mighty vizier. Not to cast spells on another person without their consent and foreknowledge.
This is indeed part of that law. You see, there was an attempt on the king's life many years ago, with the use of magics, and therefore it has become a law that magic is not permitted to be cast by anybody without permission inside the royal grounds. You were not necessarily to know, and I know the spell that you cast was harmless, so we will not mention it to anybody under these circumstances. I wouldn't want to set this off on the wrong foot.
Right. Well, again, I thought it was only on the unwilling, right? Was that?
In regards to the city, yes, but inside
the castle,
it is
no spell policy. I got you. Okay. Understood.
Now, so Ricard Cordell of the noble house of Cordell come to me and petitioned and said that you were going to help him solve a problem and that I might be able to assist. He called in quite a favor for this, in fact, so obviously it's of something of great importance to him. He has served inside the city very well for a number of years, so he is in good standing with the royal court. So, of course, I'm more than happy to entertain his desires. So, Tadros Laroshen, King's Vizier, Grand Wizard, if you'd like to call me that. I wouldn't, but you can. What can I do for you?
Hey, Wizard, if you're nasty. I'm gonna look over at Lassicus, kind of give him a little nudge. Arthur, you're up, big boy.
We are currently seeking someone who has gone missing. That's very dear to the Cordell family, and
I see.
We were told that you not only possibly had information about a curiosity that I had regarding the appearance of the moon, a few weeks in the past that was oddly shaped and kind of with an ill foreboding, but also you had access to potential divination magic that of scrying, so we could ascertain the location of this individual.
Well, all of these things are true. So, as I often like to start, let's start at the beginning. So tell me who you're looking for and what happened. Try to be as detailed as you can, because it all matters, when it comes to divination. Specifics.
So I'm going to reach into my pouch and take out the handkerchief that has the bloodied glove.
Okay.
As well as the ring, right? Because the father gave us the ring of his son.
He gave you
for this purpose.
Yep, that's right.
And the son's name is what again? I don't know.
Wolfram.
Wolfram Cordell is the one that's missing. Yes.
So Wolfram Cordell is gone missing, and these items, his ring, was given by his father, and this glove was found at his supposed site of abduction. This allegedly happened when the moon was shadowed and scary looking. Something that happened that we were not in town for. We did not witness, but we heard.
I see. So a few weeks ago.
And sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and pray tell, do you have any indication of what happened to Wolfram?
Not specifically, although the father who hired us was a strange woman came to his door that evening and foretold what he saw was.
Ooh, okay. Yes, continue. And now he suddenly seems like he's more invested in this story.
He thought it was like not a warning, I guess, but I have come to think of it more as a threat. Basically, he had a vision of his son in dire straits with a strange beast thing looming over him and firelight, and it was all too scary. And it sounds like he was put under a magically induced trance or manipulation, you know. And
Tell him about the curse.
well, he spoke of a curse that his middle son would die by his own breath, and that in the next full moon, and then his third son, little baby son, would come to a similar fate later on. It's a family curse based on his great grandfather doing something horrible back in 100 years ago.
I see.
He wasn't too forthcoming about what that could be. I mean, you know, because
I wonder, did you find out if the curse had been enacted on? You said it was his grandfather.
Yes, the family of the grandfather did the deed, and the curse on the family of the generations that followed.
So, did the curse was the curse enacted upon Ricard Cordel's father?
It seems to be
the grandfather is cursed, and then it would fall to the father, and then of course to the grandson.
Well, I don't think so. I think it was a recent curse. I believe whoever the grandfather wronged back in the day, their lineage could have enacted the curse in revenge.
So,
Yes, it was the Harrow family.
Well, we don't know that for sure.
The Harrow family. Oh, I see. You
That's
say you
what
don't know that for
Salida
sure.
said.
What would be the implication that would make you think it was something to do with the Harrows? Sir Harrow, after all, is a very prominent Knights Captain here in the palace. And I would think very carefully before throwing his name around in any kind of ill light. Unless you wish to fight duels or potentially have to make reparations, should you be wrong.
I'm going to look over
I
here.
can also tell you that all of the Knights Captains are very scrupulously studied by yours truly. And if he had done something so sinister, I feel sure I would be aware. I would sense it from him, his aura.
This was simply a rumor from the servant.
Ah, well, we all know
Pardon
how
me.
servants are, with their rumors and spreading of malcontent lies and things like that. You can't always listen and trust the words of servants.
Not to cast further aspersions, because I'd never. I mean, it was just something we heard. But maybe it's a son or a grandson of this scrupulously studied Knights Captains who might harbor a grudge for something that happened to the family.
It's possible, and maybe after we've conversed a little longer, perhaps if it's appropriate, I may make subtle and appropriate inquiry of Sir Harrow and see if there's possibly anything to it, without being accusatory, of course. So you have possessions then that belonged specifically to Wolfram Cordell.
Yes, this glove, which was found at the supposed scene of his last sighting, and this ring, which the father gave, that he apparently wore frequently. I'm going to hand it, over.
Okay. He examines them both carefully, looks at the glove, and the blood, I assume, was his.
Yes, we think so.
And the ring was an item that he frequently wore, you say? Ideal for divination purposes. Well, normally under these circumstances, these favors would come with some kind of cost. Not for yourself, of course, for as I understand, you're doing this on behalf of Ricard Cordell, but I will worry about that with him. So, yes, if you would like, there are a few spells that come to mind that I could cast to see if I can glean his whereabouts.
Yes, please.
That would be great, thank you.
Okay. Well, with that, he kind of stands up and flows out his robe a little bit to give himself some movement. And begins to go through a elaborate casting ritual. And then he raises his hand overneath the ring and closes his eyes and focuses on it. And then when he opens his eyes, they're glowing almost like bright blue, and radiating just a slight amount of light. And you kind of see him like looking around as if he's trying to figure out where he's at and what he's looking at. And then he reaches over and picks up the glove, and does the same thing. And then at one point you see him go, "Ah!" And he snaps out of it. He says, "Oh, young Master Cordell is indeed in grave danger. I know within a little where he is. Although, how would he have gotten there? He is very, very far to the east, and further than any normal journey could have taken him, that's for sure."
Where is he?
Yeah.
Well, it would seem that young Master Cordell, and indeed this beast that you speak of, as I said, are far to the east of here, on a distant island. I have had dealings on this island, albeit brief and fleeting, but enough to know it is a dangerous and uncivilized place. I have no desire to go there again. When I was there last, I recall the place is mostly swampland and marsh, and near the center, more rocky and hilly and mountainous. The only settlement I recall was a raised swamp village that the locals called Mahotire. They were very basic and simple people, but seemed to be trustworthy enough, if you're able to convince them that you are to be trusted. It took us a day or two. Yes, from the area around the divination, this is indeed the place. The focus then led to the mountains at the center, but then a dark shadow approached me and caught me by surprise, and I must confess I was unable to continue to concentrate. The shadow was huge and hideous, with a ginormous maw with great teeth. I'm assuming that is this beast that you talk of in the curse. I didn't see the beast directly, it was more of a shadow of the creature. Before it came into full view, I was, brought out of my concentrations, but,
You look like any beast you've ever seen before.
it was difficult to tell. As I said, I really only got to saw the shimmering shadow of a head and mouth. I'd say that of dragonkin, but not exactly.
How far away is this island you speak of? Far to the east.
Well, you'd have to go all the way to the eastern coast and out into the sea. You'd need a vessel, and many leagues of travel. In fact, it lies between here and the desert lands of Erusia. It's closer to here.
So,
go on. You can ask.
Could he have been whisked there via magic?
Possibly.
To make the journey shorter.
Although this beast did appear to be on the wing, but perhaps the beast
flight
clutched him and took off with him.
Ooh. You know, I have been transported far distances, even continents, with spells. But a beast
this is one
on
of
the back of
my
a
specialties
beast
as well. In fact, I have perfected a spell that is only known by me, Tadros Larashen. I call it Tadros' Greater Teleportation.
Oh, so we could just teleport there.
Yes, the beauty of my spell, other than the typical Greater Teleportation spell, it requires a little bit more finesse, a little bit more familiarity, but I don't have to go, which is the best part.
So you could teleport us there.
Yes, precisely. Without
Wait, but you have the relationship
foot.
with those people.
Oh, as I said, I have no interest or desire to ever go to that place again. And I doubt there is anything you could possibly do to persuade me to do so. But I'm willing to send you there. But of course, you'll have to find your own way back.
Well, could you maybe not your own customized spell, but I am of the same arts as you. Maybe I could learn something to get us back and him back safely. I'm magically inclined myself. You see,
I don't know if it depends on how skilled you are. I mean, teleportation spells do require a significant amount of understanding of the magical arts.
Well, I mean, I think my friends here can attest. I'm pretty well versed. I've been at it for many years now. It's what I do.
He's good.
You almost mentioned
I'm certainly not as good as you, Magister.
Well, it's not always about good. It's about experience and study and the long hours of poring over old tombs and spending
like
time.
your level of experience.
No, but that is something that I that's what I do. I study all the time. When I'm not, adventuring and dressing so immaculately.
He is a big nerd, yes.
He said, yes, I did notice that you dressed very well. You really shouldn't have, not for me personally. I mean,
I give Fiffany and Fennifer a withering look.
You're muted, Matt.
My patchy robe.
She's the one who said we got to do that. I'm gonna point over to Lyra.
Yeah.
And say put on a giant hat.
This is my going out hat. I don't have a smaller size for that.
You just bought that.
Right, it only comes in the one size. Otherwise, it's just a home hat. Why would I wear that?
No, you don't wear your home hat
No.
to a place like this. Out of respect.
I've never seen your home hat before.
Well, come to
You
my
ain't
home
never
and
seen
I'll
us
show
at
you.
home, that's right.
yeah, he says, well, there is a simple teleportation spell, or simple as it gets, I could teach you, but wouldn't travel far enough, I'm afraid. It has limitations that even the most gifted wizards maybe can use it to travel a couple of 1,000 miles, and this is further than that. So you would need, at the very least, to understand the intricacies of a greater teleportation spell for it to get you back.
Greater teleportation.
Yes. And as I said, this is something that takes a lot of understanding. It's a very intricate spell. It takes a lot out of you. Of course, it has no range limit, and that's what you would need. The only difference between my version of the spell, although as I said, it is more difficult to cast, does have the caveat that you do not have to go with the people that you wish to teleport. Obviously, with greater teleportation, you do. You have to go along with them. So that's the main difference. If you think you're able to learn it, I could provide you with a scroll, I suppose, that contains this. Of course, only because I owe Ricard Cordell a significant favor. Beyond that, I wouldn't be remotely interested in putting in the work to do it, but I can.
Well, I mean, I would obviously try to glean what I could from it and study it. Obviously, if not, I would return it to you if unsuccessful or it was beyond my skill. But it would make our lives easier in terms of getting this poor son back.
Well, of course, once you cast if you cast the spell from the scroll, it's gone. The magic would be released, and you would no longer be able to study it to learn it. Of course, if you spend the time to study and learn it from the scroll, then you would be able to cast it at your own leisure.
Obviously, I would try that first. Yeah, okay. I would appreciate the thank you.
Right. Well, one of the things that you have to be aware of is how teleportation magics work. Now, you have to have a fairly good understanding of where you're going. As I said, I have a fleeting brief visit with this particular island, but there was one area that we camped in several nights. and I know that area fairly well, so for safety's sake, I'm going to send you there. Sometimes teleportations can go awry, and you may end up off the beaten path, as it were. Not with my spell, however. I've perfected it. But you would need to be very familiar with the area that you're going to and from. So make sure that wherever you decide to come back to is an area that you know very well. If you wish to come back to the city, I recommend you find a place and familiarize yourself with it significantly.
Okay. Well, we can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so mechanically, Greater Teleportation is a level 7 spell.
Okay.
Which you need to be a few levels higher to be able to cast.
Well, my DM is stingy with giving us levels, so that's not my fault.
So, yeah.
Okay,
but,
level 7.
But that doesn't mean... So, I mean, he will give you a scroll of Greater Teleportation. Now, you know, that's what it would take for you to be able to learn it.
Okay.
But,
That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, that's a thing you can certainly try to do. Activating a scroll requires reading the spell from the scroll, so if you do so, it releases the magical energy, you know, in this case, you would be able to use the scroll to come back, even if you're not of high enough level, because the magic is contained in the scroll. But there is still potentially arcane spell failures and anything like that may go along with that. And it can be disrupted just like a regular spell. Like if you're interrupted during the casting, you're poobarred. But yeah, I mean, you can activate the spell, or you can, as I said, save it and learn it. So, Proxima, yes, there is a lower level unreliable teleportation, but it doesn't have the range that it would do them any good. And that's the regular teleport spell. That's what we were talking about.
Well, so yeah, there's teleportation circles, but you have to actually go from circle to circle, right? That's
correct.
Yep. Little like waypoints.
So there you go. So he's going to give you that scroll, which, as I said, he is tacking that on as a favor to Ricard Cordell, and I'm sure Ricard is going to pay for it somehow. He says, well, I'm going to make an assumption that you don't intend to travel dressed as you currently are.
You assume right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Please no. Yes.
Yeah, right. No, this was just our fancy clothes.
We did it for you. Uh-huh.
Well, and I appreciate that. So, why don't you head off, get yourselves properly prepared, as it were, and then return, and I will send you on your merry way. And I'll have that scroll prepared for you by the time you come back.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah,
Here,
sounds
take
good.
this jeweled cat figurine. Very good. All right. So with that, yeah, he is more than happy to send you to this obscure place when you're ready to do so. So, is there anything else you guys want to do other than just go back and... I mean, Shagget can get his stuff now, so can Lyra, but you two, I'm assuming, left your armor probably locked up in your wardrobe inside your hotel rooms or something?
Yeah.
Rooms? Okay. Is there anything else you guys want to do around the city? Anything at all before you get whisked away on the winds of magic?
So.
I can't think of anything. Can you guys?
I would actually ask around while they're getting it. Is there a teleportation circle in Iridian?
So drunk.
No. Again, they're paranoia about it being used to teleport undesirables in. They have made sure that that is not a thing.
Okay, interesting. All right. be a little disappointed when I regroup with everybody. Makes sense, though. I get it.
Yeah, there you go, Pepper Jack. It's really not a place. It's just everybody that pisses him off. He just teleports them there, and there's no way back. The scroll is bullshit. It's
like
the
in
biggest
Looper.
practical joke ever.
It's like in
Right.
Looper when he loops those people to the middle of the Gaza desert or the Giza
you go.
desert.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Well, in that case, a few hours later, you return, ready to be whisked away. He says, I have the scroll. It is right here. And he hands it to Lasticus. He says,
Put it
anything
away.
else you wish to ask me before I send you? Because once you're gone, it's down to you and yourself and your own wires.
Yeah, any information about the moon? We didn't
Oh,
finish
yes,
that.
the moon.
What that
Yeah.
meant?
While you were gone, I did recall that I've seen this moon once before, and I pondered over some tomes of knowledge. One of the things that I did manage to find is that this strange harbinger has been seen before when the moon offered these strange foreboding shapes, and did indeed bear news of a terrible curse that was bestowed upon not a noble family in this case, but a wealthy merchant. Doesn't have too much details other than the fact that there seems to be a significant tie to the presence of this strange shadow in the moon and the appearance of this harbinger of news. Enough to make me think that the harbinger is in fact just that, somebody that is coming to deliver the news, deliver the information, and not necessarily directly tied to the curse itself.
Oh, so
There are
The-
some strange entities that exist in our world. Obviously, there are angels and celestial beings, I'm sure you're aware of, as well as devils and demons.
Don't we know it?
There are also some spirits that operate outside of the realms of godly magic and the deities. For example, there is a mystical lady in white who is to do with maintaining the balance between law and order. There are some strange other creatures that operate on the opposite side of this, and I believe this Harbinger rests somewhere in the realms of those spiritual creatures. She may have taken on the form of an old woman to this man, but I don't necessarily believe that that is the only form that they're able to take. Needless to say, I think it was more she came to warn him of, this has happened to you and your family, and more bad things will happen unless you do something. She didn't tell him he had to perform a particular deed or make some kind of recompense, so I believe that there is no way of undoing the curse necessarily. You may just have to go, and if it indeed is that the beast itself is the thing that is going to be the disciple of doom in this case, you may just have to deal with the beast. Needless to say, currently young Master Cordell is alive, although he didn't seem in very good health. He was somewhat out of sorts. I wouldn't dally too long.
Well, I only have one more question.
Yes.
How did you carry favor with locals at the village? Was it something you did for them?
As I said, they were initially kind of very standoffish, like they didn't see many visitors at all, especially none dressed as us. They were kind of primitively dressed, the sort that live off the land, as it were, and very basic. But we was very, very respectful of their ways. We acted humbly. We offered them some gifts, some finery, some gold, platinum. I had a rather beautiful hand mirror that I gifted one of them as well, and over a matter of days we just lived around them and learned their ways a little bit, and they started to trust us.
So I'm gonna absently touch some of the patches on my robe, and I'll be like, I think we could be quite useful to them, huh?
I would think that robe of yours could be useful in many situations. As I said, the villagers called their village Mahoteri, which is, I believe, of their native language, but they do speak our language too, which is incredibly convenient and ideal for you, and also the DM that doesn't have to make up an entirely language. With that being said, all I can tell you is just understand that they are a little primitive. Give them time, and then perhaps they'll be able to assist you better. At the very least, may be able to tell you more of this beast, although I wouldn't start immediately, hey, hello, we're strangers out of town. So any huge beasts around?
Right,
Probably won't go down so well.
And this village is which direction from where you're going to send us?
Yes. So, he said there is I will send you to the place, as I said, that we used to camp, as it is there that I am most familiar. From there, I recall a road, but do not follow this road. Cross it and head through the woods to the northeast. You'll come to a river. From what I recall, there was a bridge, a makeshift bridge there. Cross that and then head more north still until the land begins to change from grassland to marsh and swampland. It is there that you'll find Mahoteri. As I said, perhaps there you can find someone who knows of this beast, or at least somebody that can offer you more information, somebody local to the area. Obviously, from what it sounds like, you're looking for a vast cave of some kind. I make this assumption based on it looks like he was in a cave, and that this beast is so large, the cave must indeed have been large enough to house the creature.
Well, thank you, Tedros, for being so helpful.
Now you'll remember this, will you? Remember the directions. I'd hate for you to get lost. As I said, it's a very unpleasant place.
Yeah, I wrote it down.
Lots of dangerous creatures and things.
I remember. We remember, right, guys?
We're good. I wrote it down. We're all right.
Good.
Lyra here is a great ranger, so she can.
Very true.
A great ranger.
Legendary ranger.
We better get going, though.
Oh, I've heard of you, my dear. Lyra, the legendary ranger. Oh, yes. Your deeds and exploits are vastly known.
Well, all right.
Oh, yes,
Thank you.
indeed. If anybody can track this beast and bring it down, I'm sure one that has done the things that you have done in the past will find the ability to do it with medium ease.
Thanks.
That's great.
Time's ticking down here.
So you have a wizard with you, obviously, and you two fine ladies. What profession do you find yourself in? Not that it's any of my business, I'm just asking.
We're in the profession of betterment.
Doing good.
We're in the profession of maybe you could just call us cleaning ladies, if you know what I mean.
Cleaning ladies.
Right. We cleanse. We cleanse the world of evil. We cleanse the world of darkness.
Priestesses. I see.
A little more than that, but
More proactive priest.
Well,
a little more
as you seem to
proactive.
be- as you're not regaling yourselves with any mark of your chosen religion, I can only assume that it is one that is favorable to the city and the court.
I would have
Are
not.
you of the same order?
We are.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at me standing here like this, right? What do you picture? What are
And
you
he
picturing
kinda
right
looks
now?
at you and looks you up and down.
Move under the light. Move under the
Well,
light.
Okay. There we go.
Perfect.
It's a very radiant-looking dress.
There
and,
you go.
very
Okay,
bright.
okay.
Good.
Let's see. So are we worshippers of the sun god? Pelor
There we
himself?
Go.
Hot dang!
it was
Good
the- it
on!
was the-
Good job!
It was the red hat and the huge blue dress that kind of threw me off.
Well, it's not red. I said it's gold because I would never wear red because that's the demon color. But
That is the color of the demon, yes.
I'm sorry. It was the glint off of my red robes.
Yes.
Right.
Because he is wearing thick, deep red robes.
Right.
Well, you know.
But
whatever
I
you
will
wanna do.
choose to take no offense. Red is just indeed a color, after all.
Of
Sure,
course.
it is a
Yeah,
color. That's right. That is a factual statement.
So,
just a color.
before I
The
offend
demons
you with
love.
my attire, I will, well, if you're ready, we can send you off.
Right.
Well, yeah, I believe we are.
You will need to remain in physical contact with each other for the duration of the spell casting and until you feel yourself whole at the other end. My advice is
Oh, like hold hands.
when you
Okay.
when you materialize, probably best to stand still for a good 10 to 30 seconds before moving or doing anything. After all, we wouldn't want you to move too soon and break contact and one of you not be fully present.
Oh, well then, yeah, all right. Sure.
We are fast friends,
Hey, gentlemen,
Tedros.
what's up,
We can hold still and hold each other's hands for longer as necessary.
Oh, good. Right then. Well, come on. Form a circle.
Wait.
all right.
Let's do this tomorrow, maybe.
What?
Tomorrow?
We need to go get our.
We already
This is-
did.
you
Oh,
already
I
did.
was like, wait, we
Yes,
did
we
already.
passed
Never
forward
mind.
No.
Yes, let's go.
All right, there we go. All right.
Hold my hands. They're not that sweaty.
Okay.
I bet
Sorry,
let's
ladies.
go out into let's go out into the main hallway. There's more room. There's
Oh.
more room. Come.
Okay, sure. All right.
Are we sure we want to go way this far east? It's a long way back.
Well, we
We'll
have
figure that out.
we have a scroll to return if needed. Although I would
Right.
rather not use it because I could learn it.
It's
Hey,
an actual
Van
after
Ron?
all. There must be coastal villages, perhaps. Not that I ever saw any, but as I said, we only really was inland.
Jennifer, baby, thank you.
If you need to, I'm
Sorry,
sure that
just
I'm sure
shaking
you
my
can
hair.
find a village or some coastal town where you can find a boat and get your way back here. I mean, I wouldn't think you'll be stuck there indefinitely. Unlikely.
Yeah, I'm. Ooh, Tedros, can I store this scroll somewhere safe? I'm not going to be casting a spell, but it would use some magically induced. I'm going to show my necklace with the little chest symbol.
Okay.
And be like, would you mind if you let me before we travel? So the
No,
scroll
by all
is-
means, stick it where you want.
Ooh,
Stick it in
Jeez.
whatever orifice you feel is
Jeez.
necessary.
I will.
Man.
No, I'm going to summon my chest in front, which is actually probably the first time you guys have seen this chest appear. Because the last time I
he's
did
got
it was
like
in
a
my
giant
room.
tiny
Yeah.
necklace
I
or-
think it's the first time we've seen that.
Activated.
All right.
And then
Little
when you
chest
cast the
appears.
spell, the chest gets
You
big.
know how we feel about chests.
You don't like them.
So yeah, I
Things
summon
all
the
about his bosom.
secret chest. I open it. I put the scroll in it to seal it up. Anyone else have anything that they want really kept safe?
I want you three to be kept safe.
In the chest.
well, that's just the nicest thing you ever said, I think.
Yeah, could I put my hat in there and my?
Does it fit the diameters of 3x2x2? Because
No,
No.
unfortunately, it's definitely bigger
it'll
than
get a
my
little
hat.
crumples.
and well,
No,
to the
no,
wise,
no.
it's not good to climb into extra-dimensional spaces. They have a limited amount of oxygen, and it's quite
Yeah,
realistic
like her
for
quiver.
things to suffocate in there.
Yeah, like her quiver.
A quiver.
I'm going to point at
Oh, it's a
Lyra's.
magical quiver.
Why
is
do you have to say everything?
Because magic fascinates me.
What?
And I'm sure it fascinates him too.
Well, I'd love to study it if we had more time, but I have other things to do.
Of course. Sorry.
so,
I'm gonna lock lock the secret chest, dismiss it, and
my relationship with Ricard Cordell does afford him some certain amount of my time, but well, let's just say that the king has the greatest demand on the majority of it, of which I need to get back to doing some things for him. So if you're ready...
Yes, don't let us keep you, sorry. And I'm going to grab Lyra and Fenifer's hand, or Epiphany's hand, whoever's closest to me.
He says, very well, let's send you on your merry way. And he begins to utter some arcane words, wave his hands around. As he does so, you begin to see glowing balls of light kind of start to circle all of you. And then on the final utterance of the end command word, you vanish and reappear right. Let's see, here we go.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Okay, and boom, you land with an aggressive thud.
Oh.
Where you find yourself is kind of in a little woodland clearing. There's an area where you can see maybe the markings on the ground here might have at once been like a stone tower. Would have been a very small tower, probably not anything large enough for someone to have lived in. You can see, after you left, the ruminants of some old, busted down, very weather-worn stone wall. And then, far to the east, you can kind of see what looks like possibly the last remaining part of a wooden palisade that is clinging on for dear life and trying to stay erect in the weather and the storm. Beyond the trees, you can indeed see a small dirt road that looks like it runs kind of, it would kind of run northeast to, it would be, northeast to kind of northwest. And beyond that is woodland.
Okay, stand still. Don't move.
Right, we gotta stay here for a minute. Gotta make sure.
We could always use the spell to travel. It's cool.
I mean that's more in line with conjuration wizards. They are masters of teleportation and traversing vast distances.
You should be one of those.
They're better.
No, I chose abjuration. It's protection, negation kind of deal.
Imagine you could go anywhere you want to go.
Right, but then I go places and then I die because I'm somewhere without abjuration magic to protect me.
That's funny. That's funny right there. Matt should use it as part of his realty advertising.
Oh yeah, we could turn that to a business card. Easy.
It's epic.
Oh, it's very good.
Plenty of space for text.
Okay, I think we can move.
That's good.
Okay.
Right?
Alrighty. So it was evening when you left, therefore it is evening when you arrive. In fact, it was evening when you arrived there, so it's actually kind of more nighttime now.
Great.
There is a half moon, so the clearing is somewhat lit. Obviously you feel a little weird suddenly leaving a finely decorated and ordained tower and showing up in the middle of a kind of dark, shadowy woodland area. To the right of you, there's actually kind of like the edge of a cliff. I say to the right of you, to the south of you.
Okay, I'm going to step out of the circle.
Okay.
Slowly.
Yeah. I mean, the circle has nothing to do with the teleportation. It has everything to do with the fact that there used to be something stone here.
Well, since it's evening, should we hang out here and then travel to them in the morning? Just want to go for it. Show up in the middle of the night.
I mean, is it safe to camp around here, Miss Ranger?
Yes, it is. Looks like it.
I mean, wait.
All right. Didn't do a whole lot of investigating.
No.
No, I'm just going off of the Vizier, which he said they safely camped here for many nights.
Okay.
I mean, we did spend several days being rested, So, I mean, I have energy.
Yeah, but can we see is the thing, because I can't.
We can make light if we wanted.
Are you offering? Is that... You want to go traipsing around in an unfamiliar place that's very dangerous at night?
You don't?
I mean,
Isn't this what you guys do?
Yeah, I don't mind if everyone's ready to go. I don't mind.
I thought we were camping. I'm sorry, I had s'mores ready and everything, but it's fine. We can just go, I guess.
Might as well.
I
Put this
want
chocolate
s'mores.
back in my pants.
I want s'mores.
No, you don't want it. You want to go traipsing around in that.
Look, let's
I
just
don't want to do that.
we'll light a few torches and make some time.
Excuse me, I'm
This is
allergic
such a nice
to this
place for
Jeez,
a fire,
bless you.
though.
nonsense.
This is a perfect little area to
It
camp.
is. It's like its own little. It's like a little
It's
stone
so
fire
great.
pit already.
Please.
So, okay, raise your hands if you want to camp here.
Democracy at its best.
Okay, then. We'll stay the night, I guess.
Yes. We'll go get some sticks for the marshmallows.
Great.
Good
thank you.
idea.
I'll start
Prance off
prepping the
into
chocolate.
to the woods here to get some wood.
I'm going to start a little
Okay.
fire.
All right, so you're going to go and gather up some wood and create yourselves a little campfire here?
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty. In the shadow of the cliffs and the mountains, in this nice little clearing area with trees all the way around you, it's a nice little tucked away area. It keeps the wind off of you quite nicely. And all in all, it's it's a cool little spot to be.
Well, all right.
It's almost as if somebody camped here before, and and it got frequent use. Okay. What do you want to do with your camping? Are you setting up any kind of watches, or are you all just gonna trust in Pelor and kit down?
I think we take turns, right?
Yeah, probably. No, say it.
I mean, I can cast a spell that'll protect us while we sleep.
Oh.
So you
All
tell
right.
me, wizard. Handy.
All right. Sure.
What you thinking, Lasticus?
I am going to cast Mordenkainen's Faithful Hounds.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
The pups.
Good one.
Phantom Watchdogs.
I'm going to summon it not on the fire because that would be cruel and unusual, but it's basically an alarm spell. If anything gets within a certain distance, it'll bark and it'll wake everyone up.
So the creature's invisible, so nobody can see it except Shaggy. You'll just have to take his word for it.
There's a dog there. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's fine. It'll watch.
There's a
us.
dog.
Never actually cast a spell at all.
If you venture beyond the range, it's a 30-foot range, say pickle juice, and it won't be alerted to your presence. Okay?
Okay.
Otherwise,
Alright.
it'll bark up a storm and wake us up.
No, don't want that.
Gotcha.
Obviously, I'm going to specify it so it's not triggered by like squirrels and crap. It'll be triggered by something medium-sized or larger, right? Something.
Okay, so we have to have
Okay.
little night tinkles. We'll just say pickle juice and it'll...
Yeah, and they can see
yeah.
invisible creatures and
Yeah.
ethereal creatures and all kinds of things. Okay.
And yeah, I'm going to set it up and
Okay, there's the token.
that's a great token.
Hey, it's invisible. What
Nice
can
one,
I say?
Door.
It's invisible. So you can't say the token is right there.
Right there. Just if the light catches it just right.
That's it. Okay. All right. And other than that, you guys want to rest up. Well, with all of the claims of and warnings of foreboding and how dangerous and uncivilized this place is, you get an incredible night's rest. It's fairly quiet. No horrible creatures disturb you and wake you up. Certainly no roving bands of evil minions or monsters or hideous humanoids come stomping into your camp. The dog has little to nothing to do all night long, and as the sun crests on the horizon, I wake up feeling incredibly well rested.
All right.
Wow.
Perfect.
Bright and early. What do you want to do?
I'm doing my little morning prayers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, which way did they say to go? Follow the road. That's it.
No. I know that's not the truth.
No evil squirrels.
Squirrel.
Squirrels are not evil. But chipmunks are.
I'll nibble on some food or from our rations that we have, and
Oh, I made some beans, some breakfast beans.
oh,
for everyone.
breakfast beans.
Yep.
Breakfast
There you
beans.
go. Better finish them up too. I'm gonna get real mad.
Nice. Okay.
Prepare
So
some spells.
after a hearty breakfast, you prepare your spells. You get your your morning prayers uttered.
Yes.
Lyra can unpack her quiver. And what do you want to do?
Start out on the road, I guess, right?
On the road again. Okay. So you head down to the road itself.
Mm-hmm.
There, you're at the road.
Well,
Well, then we gotta cross it, right?
yeah.
Was that what he
Let's
said?
let's cross the road.
Yeah.
Okay, hit by truck.
I'm gonna cross the road.
All right.
That's what I said.
Yeah. Cross the road and into the woods.
Get to the road, cross the road, and head north. Then
Alrighty.
we gotta go until we find some
Well,
swampland.
Being that this place is kind of nicely positioned directly to the east of Arconis, the weather here is much the same as it was there. It is a bright, sunny day. There is little but no clouds in the sky. It's as if Pelor himself polished the sun just for you today, and it's shining down its beautiful radiance, cutting through all of the gaps in the trees, and you can kind of see beautiful kind of like multi-hued beams of light cutting through the branches. By midday, you have reached what appears to be a creek or a river. You hear the running of the water in the distance, and sure enough, after not too much longer, you have found a somewhat dilapidated, but still physically intact, wooden bridge.
Okay.
Okay. As you arrive, sitting on the opposite side of the river. Now, the river itself is actually quite a drop. It's about a 10-foot drop off of the bank, almost like a sheer drop into the water. So if you was to fall in the water, it would not be an easy climb out, that's for sure. Hence the need for the bridge. But, sitting on the opposite side of the bank, near a large pile of rocks, is a middle-aged man, kind of a little balding, wearing scrappy-looking clothes, with a makeshift fishing pole, and is eagerly teaching worms how to swim in the lake, with the hope that maybe one of these worms will attract his supper or lunch.
Hail!
He looks up, points at himself.
Yes, you. Hello.
Oh, hello! Hello, how are you?
Right. Nice to meet you.
What the
Flanzig, thank you, 52 months. Hands up, hit the
I thought the old man said, Flancy!
Yeah, me too.
I was like,
He's here?
He knows him?
A glass of wine appears from a floating hand. That's a spell, Flanzig's floating hand. Delivers glasses of wine to strange women.
Love it. Wait a second.
Not strange women.
Well, you're pretty
Wait,
weird.
what?
Wait a second.
Wine time! Okay, yeah, he enthusiastically says hello. He says, be careful of the bridge. It's a little old and, hasn't been repaired lately.
Can we get across?
Probably, but, I don't know that I'd wear that heavy armor. You'll probably bust through. Might do better to take that off and spread it out a bit.
Spread it out a bit.
Well, maybe take a piece each.
Piece each.
Yes.
H.
I mean, if you want to come wandering across wearing all of that heavy armor, by all means, but you'll probably bust through and drown. The water is quite deep, you know.
Thank you for the help. Well,
Right, thank you.
Laskus, you got any kind of floating spells or something? You can like float me over.
Right, me too.
Well, I mean,
just take your armor off.
Well,
That takes so long.
Yeah, we
Not
have
really.
all day. It's 8 a.m.
what if something happens? Then what?
Well, I guess that's true. We do have all day.
We have all day.
I mean, if one of you falls too, I can make you fall very gently. Oh, that's a thing.
You just hit the water and sink to the
Hey,
bottom and drown slower.
Yeah.
Hey, Finn.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? I think I've asked you this 100 times, and it might be the wrong thing again.
Oh boy.
I can't remember.
Are you gonna ask me what I think you're going to answer?
Yeah, are you able to like sense anything about him?
I mean, I can try if he's something else, but I can't tell if he's just a bad dude.
You can't.
No.
He seems like a very nice guy. Why would we question him?
Well, because those are do you? Yes, a wolf in sheep's clothing. Must I remind
Strange
you?
women lying in ponds distributing swords.
Yeah, I can
all
decipher
that.
if he's like, a fiend or an undead.
But I mean, why would he tell you to take off the armor if he was a bad guy? Well, he just
Because
said
then-
something.
Wait,
That's
is there
even more
what do you?
obvious.
What kind of question is that?
I'm silly.
It's a perfect. I mean, if I was a secretly evil guy and I saw heavy armored people wanting to cross a rickety bridge, I wouldn't say take your armor off so
Well-
you won't fall. I'd
Yes,
say
you
come
would.
across. No,
That's a
I'd
great
say
idea.
come across.
Well, then he can't get the spoils, can he? If you know what
Well,
I
if
mean.
we start taking them across one by one, he can just like steal them and run away.
Right, he
Is-
bonks one on the head, takes
I'm-
it, waits for
I'm
the
sorry.
other one, bonks it
Is-
again.
Is this what Pelor's all about? Like paranoia and fear of everything?
I don't drown Lasticus. That is plenty reason to fear.
I also don't want this
We-
possible
we-
demon man to get the best of me.
Oh, it's another
Yeah.
demon. It's a demon.
Okay, let's find out if he's a demon. Okay, demon knows. Demon knows.
All right.
I'm allowed to find out if he's a demon.
Okay.
That's fair.
I mean, we spent like a couple days as a mouse, you know?
Okay.
So what's going to happen to us?
Let's find out if
Alrighty.
he's a
So
demon. Hold on.
what spell / skill are you going to deploy to determine his demonhood?
I am going to deploy.
Demonhood.
Where do we have that? Divine sense.
Divine sense.
Yes, right there.
Sold by Sensi. Okay. Yeah. Kind of seeing he's quite a way away, you kind of probably need to get a little closer to the edge of the water. Not necessarily right to the edge, but
All
you
right.
know, you guesstimating to make sure you're within 60 feet because you know there's limitations to your spell.
Yes, I'm peering. I'm gonna
And yeah, you know.
trying to see if I get a whiff.
Alrighty. You begin to focus to try to sense the presence. See if you can smell a hideous odor or acrid smells, or maybe something on the other end of the scale, something more joyous. No, really. It's still the only smell you can really pick up is that musty old cloak and robe that Lasticus wears.
All right.
I'll stand downwind. I'm sorry.
turn back around my.
So,
Oh,
well,
you smell? Yeah, broken wind from all the beans that have been eaten.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's just
God.
he's
The
got.
beans that have been like trapped by the armor.
It's
too.
good for you. Anyway, no, he doesn't have any evil on him.
Okay.
He's just
all right.
a
Well, let's
regular
start.
old
Let's
guy.
start getting
Yeah,
some.
give me your
some of the
breastplate.
pieces off. Yeah.
I'll go first. Don't worry.
You would start with that one, wouldn't you, you little tart?
She loves bosoms, as we know. and
Yeah,
likes
we
them
know.
feeling
We
them.
know. Oh, surprise, surprise, where you start.
Do you
You know-
hate?
No secret
Do you
tips
hate
for
your
her,
own?
That's for sure. It's no
Do you
secret
hate
at
your
all.
own bodies?
Oh, are you
What?
kidding me? I
No.
love this thing. Are you kidding me? This is an
You're a
instrument.
naturalist.
This
You
is an
just
instrument of
prancing
pure
around the woods
destruction.
butt
All
naked.
right. So what's wrong with?
Peeler
Why are
is
you
blood.
hating
Curves
somebody
Just
else?
saying, of course, that's the first one you want to get off of us. Is all we're saying. We know how you operate.
You know, it's a shame I didn't like memorize my reduction spell. I made you little tiny people, tinier. I mean, look at the dwarf.
I mean,
Oh yeah, we could have been little tiny little.
all right. Can you make us into mice again? That might work, right?
Don't
Scurry along. Yeah, you could scurry along the ropes.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll start taking off.
So,
not the whole thing.
Are you going to take off armor, or are you going to just say no?
Yeah.
And risk it?
No, I'm going to take it off. I mean, this thing looks pretty rickety here, so.
Yeah, I mean, you can see, kind of looking at it, where some of the runs have broken through, and someone just laid other bits of wood over the broken part. Kind of like, it doesn't look the safest.
Yeah, so okay. I would be safe in that. If there's no reason for us to feel like we're in danger of any kind, then there's no reason for us not to.
So, as you begin to take off your armor, I'm going to say that Jennifer and Fiffany are probably pretty occupied doing that.
Yeah.
But I will give Lasticus and Lyra a perception check.
Oh, no.
You better roll high.
Okay, Sass, this is my 20 coming right now. Let's go. Oh, whoa.
Okay.
Dang, so good though.
So Lasticus, as you are sitting there watching women in states of undress, as you do. I mean, they have a gambeson and stuff underneath. It's not like they're butt naked under
we're not just
armor,
skin
right?
on metal, yeah.
God, with that
I am.
that would suck.
Closer to God, you know?
A lot of chafing. Yeah.
So, but Lasticus, you hear on the other side of the river. I mean, you hear the flowing water. You hear the odd splash of a fish. You hear the birds chirping. But over here, on the other side, you hear what sounds like the snapping of a branch, like.
What?
And apparently you're not the only one that heard it, because the fisherman is like bends and looks in that direction too, glances over his shoulder with a worried look. And the women are over there like, oh, come on, get these damn straps up.
Okay, so the fisherman looks just as surprised as I do when I hear it, right? Okay. Whoa, stop.
What?
Stop stripping.
Okay.
What?
I'm going to say that at this point, you're probably, you probably have taken off. Now, what sort of armor does Fiffany have? Does she play as well?
Yes.
Okay. Then you guys have probably taken off your, you've probably taken off your greaves. You've taken
extremities,
off your
always extremities first.
Yeah. So you've gotten that far. You haven't taken off your breastplates and the centerpieces yet when this happened. So that's kind of about where we're at.
Okay.
Yes.
So for current AC purposes, I would say you're down maybe 2 AC.
2 AC. Okay.
Okay.
Can
As
we
it stands right now.
adjust that
There's
in here?
a temporary one, I think.
No, there's
Yeah,
not.
you can go into armor and type in like.
Yeah,
I'll just remember it's too lower because I'll
Okay.
forget to raise it later.
What are you doing, Lasticus? Because you're the only one that's aware of this at the moment.
So I say, oh, stop stripping.
Well, we're not stripping. We're just taking. Well, why?
I heard something. There's something else over there across this river, and the fisherman looked as surprised as I did because he turned his head too. It was like a branch snapping or something. So maybe he's about to be attacked, or if we go one by one, the fisherman and us will be attacked. So careful.
So hearing that, what does everybody wish to do?
Well, okay. So you said you're going to take some of our pieces across then?
No, I said maybe we shouldn't cross one by one because what if we cross and then we get split?
Okay, so how are we crossing then?
Yeah, how do we do that?
I'm gonna look across to the fisherman and be like, hey, you heard that too, right?
I did, yes.
Do you know what that was?
Yeah. Hopefully it was just maybe a bear or something. The bears around here are fairly harmless as long as you don't interfere with them.
Why don't you come over here on our side? Maybe it's safer over here.
Well, how do I know that you're safe?
Well, we're not bears.
No, but you do seem to have a lot of very sharp, pointy weapons and big clubby weapons, and well, I am just a lowly fisherman.
Right, if we wanted to get you,
you see, and quite honestly, I don't see your sort very often. Who and what are you anyway?
You see that bow and arrow there on her? She could hit you from where she is if she really wanted to.
I don't want to hit him.
No, I know you don't. I'm saying, if you did want to, it'd already have happened. If we wanted to get you in, sir, we would have gotten you already. We're just trying to get to the other side.
You do make a good, and as he says that, you do make a
Yeah,
good. You
R.I.P.
hear another, and he like,
Get over here, quick!
oh,
Hurry, come on.
maybe perhaps that might be a better idea.
Yeah.
And he kind of like pulls up his rod and stands up. As he does so, bursting out of the woodland
Oh, no.
comes
No.
a hideous creature.
Uh,
Let's see, what do I want?
So excited. It's been so long. It's been so long.
it's been so long.
Let's see.
No, not spider pig.
I've
no.
lost it. No, I'm not-
A giant spider.
a giant spider pig. Yeah, it got out and it's been hunting you ever since.
A giraffe-necked cat. Says Prepper.
Okay. Charging out of the undergrowth comes a large, ugly figure. It's
Ooh.
probably close to 9 feet tall. It's wearing pieces of ragged chainmail that clearly weren't designed to fit it. It has a helmet that is mostly made of bone and has got 2 huge horns clambered on it, and he is wielding what looks like a huge 2-handed halberd. As he rushes out, the fisherman standing out goes, "Ah!" and turns around in utter fright, and and he's straight in the drink.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit.
Well, maybe he's safer in there.
Not able to swim.
The huge creature, which you guys have been around long enough to know that this is some breed of ogre, charges over and stops right in front of the other side of the bridge and just looks menacingly like he's defying you to dare cross. You notice that the fisherman, initially he starts to float downstream, but then unfortunately...
Of course.
it appears he can't swim, and he was right. It is pretty deep, and it looks like he may be drowning.
Oh boy, oh boy. Do we have a rope we could throw down?
Yes, we have a rope.
Yes.
Oh,
You
no,
talk to
this
this
is happening.
creature.
Okay, I'm ready. I know what I'm going to do. All right.
Okay. I'm gonna come to this side. I don't know if we're doing this, like orders or anything.
Oh,
Oh, is
no
he over
initiative
here?
just yet. You can kind of just tell me what you're doing up until somebody does a physical action that might need
Okay.
to fall into some
I
kind
am
of-
going to cast a spell.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Alter Self. And I'm going to give myself an Aquatic Adaptation.
Okay, so you want to sprout some gills, huh?
And then a little fin things, and I feel like I'm like fucking Waterworld, you know, Kevin Costner when he takes off all his shit.
Okay.
I
Hey,
just start,
don't get
Chrissy's
don't
intrigued.
get Christy started because
Oh my
she likes her some Fishman now.
yeah, the Fishman.
We saw we saw the Waterworld stunt show in Universal. We went there a few months ago, and she was.
I was fangirling hard.
Let's just say when that water splashed on her, she was sizzling. She was steaming after that.
Wanted it.
Well, anyway, I'm going to become Kevin Costner,
Okay.
and I'm going to dive into the water after
Okay.
him.
You spend your
My
so
love.
basically your action this round is casting that spell, and,
And
then
then
your
moving,
move is to
diving.
dive in. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you can breathe underwater, and obviously you have a swimming adaptation, so you have a swim speed equal to whatever your normal movement speed would be. Okay. What is everybody else gonna do? Because although he's in the water now and swimming and unaware.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Ruh-roh.
A bunch more kind of
Oh
come
my God.
slowly emerging from the woods with a menacing look on their face.
Well, this is
The one
awkward.
in front of the bridge holding the huge
Can't cross
halberd
this bridge,
just
right?
lets go with one hand and goes and then grips it and twists it.
Hail!
Okay, with that, he kind of like bellows out in a tusky, broken common. All your loot. Bugger off back into the woods, and maybe, just maybe, we'll find something else for our pot tonight.
No?
Right, this one here, with that, bends over and picks up a hefty-sized rock. About the size of your head.
Oh, shit.
And he goes, last chance!
Which one said that?
Well, this one here picked up the huge boulder, and this
Okay.
is the one that's being all gobby and mouthy and doing the talking.
Okay. Oh, are you serious?
During this, I'm throwing. I was getting a rope out to throw down to both of them.
Okay, so you're yanking it out of your thing.
Okay, I am. Okay. I am going to cast Dominate Person
Okay.
on the one who's talking to us directly in front of us.
Right, 60-foot range.
Yeah, which I'm just there.
So yeah, I mean, just from the bridge, you're just within range. So he's considered a humanoid, so that fits.
Okay.
So you wish to try to beguile this man.
Mm-hmm.
If you succeed, basically you create like this telepathic link between you and him, and you're able to kind of give him specific, simple courses of action that he, in theory, should obey. However, I do believe he gets a saving throw.
He gets well, it depends on if we're fighting it at the moment.
Let's see.
Because if creatures that are friendly to you are fighting it, it has advantage on saving throws. So I don't know where that would kind of land.
So you attempt to beguile a humanoid that you can see within range. It must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw or be charmed. If you or the creatures that are friendly to you are fighting it, it has advantage. So in other words, if you've made any physical threat action or attacked it, it would have advantage.
I haven't said anything to him.
But why does it say... oh, of course, because we're playing 5e, not 3.5.
Yes.
I was like, advantage? We're playing 3.5? No, we're not. That's the other game. That's the other game we play. That's why there's advantage. So, no, he doesn't have advantage because at this point, even though he's verbally threatened you, there is no fighting going on yet.
Okay.
So, straight up wisdom roll for him.
Yes. And
what
I'm
is
hoping he's a
your
big
DC
idiot.
for them?
My DC is 17. Let me see, cleric. Yes,
Yep.
17. Ooh, that's okay.
All right, 17.
Yeah. Hoping he's a big dumb dummy head.
Wisdom saving throw, possible.
That's what I mean. He's a big dummy.
He doesn't
Yeah,
have
he's a big dummy.
doesn't have a huge amount.
Luckily, it's not a con save.
Right.
That would be in a little more trouble there.
Okay. He attempts his save.
Oh,
Damn.
lame.
He seems remarkably strong-willed for an ogre.
Okay.
Oh.
As you kind of like begin to wrestle with his mind, and it's almost as if there's some kind of fog there that you can't like bust through. Now, Elasticus.
Yes.
Oh, my friend Elasticus.
Oh my god, there's gonna be like a sea monster, isn't there?
No.
Sea ogre
But
monster.
it does appear. And I think we're probably going to end the stream real soon because we're going to get into something here that I don't think we're going to have time to get into.
Ooh.
Oh no. Wait, what?
So, yeah.
Something
You
neat.
see a shadow ahead of you as you're swimming away like a fish, heading to save the poor
Oh my
drowning
God.
fisherman.
Oh
However,
my god.
Oh shit.
while you have gills and webs, it doesn't really give you like supervision or anything under the water. So you see the shape. You see a humanoid splashing shape as you're moving
Oh, no.
towards it. However,
Yeah.
by the time you get to it, it doesn't really look quite like you found the right creature. Or if you did, doesn't quite look like what
What the
Oh my
fuck?
god.
Oh, I cannot wait for us to learn about this.
What on earth?
Cannot wait.
It is blue skinned. You can tell that because, again, it's close enough to the water, you can kind of catch the hues. It clearly is one of those kind of creatures, but there's definitely something very, very different about it. It is also breathing underwater. It also seems to be breathing underwater. But as you start coming towards it, it kind of reaches out to grab you, and a sudden rush of freezing cold water rushes towards you. And as it does so, it's like the temperature drops to probably like, if we're talking degrees Celsius, we're talking below Titanic dying water level. And it just blasts you with this humongous cone of cold. You can make a reflex save for half, DC 18.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god.
So dexterity saving throw, right?
It is, it's a reflex. Yeah. A dex save. And the DC would be... Actually, let me double check something. 1 second.
Well, I rolled 14, so...
Hold on, before I say
That
that.
doesn't
Are you
count.
still
Roll
being
again.
guided?
No.
No, that ended a long time
It
ago.
was yesterday.
I know. I just wish.
Me, I think we all do.
Okay, no, it's 16. I apologize, but you still only got 14, so...
Okay.
Sorry. I just wanted to double check. I looked at that and I was squinting because I wrote it down, and I'm like, wait a minute, let me double check my handwriting. Okay.
Ouch.
Want some damage?
No, but I'll do it. I mean,
Alrighty.
Oh.
19 points of cold damage.
I mean, I have temp HP, so I'm not... That didn't really hurt, but yeah.
So many big guys.
Ouch. Okay.
Okay. But yeah, this, it would appear that the entire thing was a ruse de guerre. This thing transformed underneath water and probably
Not a demon,
would
though.
have come up at the perfect
What the
time
hell?
to ambush your friends, but lucky them, you've discovered it ahead of time. So there we go. And as I said, we're going to stop right there.
Yeah.
And then we'll roll initiative as normal at the start of the next game session and roll through, because we're not finishing this before the end of the show. And I know we don't really need to drag tonight on too long for some of you, so rather than have a late night, we're going to have a little bit of an early night.
So mad.
Hey everyone, Shagget here. Thank you for watching our 10th campaign on How Reroll set in Akonis. That means I've done 10 of these outros, and while I usually try to be creative or unique or funny, I figured with the 10th one I should just shoot straight, especially considering this campaign is gearing up to be the funniest we've done. At least, I hope so. I mean, how would I know? You can follow me on Twitter at ineb_combos or on Twitch at twitch.tv/Shagget. Take solace in the fact that I didn't read off of a script this time. And that shows how bad this really is. But thanks. See you guys.
Hi, I'm Jade, and I play Lyra
Hello,
Grant.
it's me, Lyra, the legendary ranger, at your service. You know me already, but what you didn't know is I've been playing Jane on How Reroll for the past 8 years now. I've done it. I've spoken my truth. I've let the cat out of the bag, alright? It's just me with a baseball cap on, that's it. So if you'd like to follow my character Jane on Twitter, you may do so at Jane on Twitch with a 0, not an O. And you're probably wondering, Lyra, what's that beautiful crown that adorns your head? Well, when people start calling you queen, you must look the part. So dragons need slaying, people need saving, yada yada yada. I have to go, so busy. Alright, toodaloo, goodbye. Oh, and peace, suckers.
Our next and final contestant here at the Outro Olympics, Matt Patullo from How Reroll. He is bursting with potential, teeming with talent, but just can't get his technical game tightened up enough to bring home the gold. He's been working hard in the off season. Let's see if he can put something together here magical, bring home the gold.
Streamer ready.
Hi, the Snuggler, Instagram, _, Twitter, Maddie Sweet Tweet. Thank you for watching. Yes, he has done it. Ladies and gentlemen, he has done it. What a great day for How Reroll. What a great day for humankind.
you know, all 20s. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. It is I, Christy. You may know me from such campaign as the last one. Anyway, now that I'm a seasoned D&D player and streamer, I'm sure you're going to be wanting more of my excellent content. You can find me in that, but mostly me, on our D&D podcast, New Crits on the Block. And if you just can't get enough of my perfect eye for wit and whimsy, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at ChrisTactics. Anyway, I should get back to this delicious glass of 20s. Cheers!
Hi there, I'm Gorbad. Welcome to the Orc's Nest. I'm the Dungeon Master here on How We Roll, and if you'd like to follow me personally, you can do so on Twitter at Gorbad. Check out thedmblog.com for all things Dungeon Master and Dungeons & Dragons related. And of course, you can follow me on twitch.tv/Gorbad. Also, guys, don't forget to keep up with all things How We Roll. Follow us on Twitter at How We Roll. Check out the website www.howweroll.com, and make sure you follow us on YouTube as well. Cheers, guys.